So today I'm going to show you something really simple, which is all about grounding. In this time of COVID, lots of people are really anxious and moods are dipping, anxiety's peaking. So this, if somebody's in that real state of, they're just almost out of their body, or they're just so full of anxiety they don't know what to do, there's a lot, this is fantastic for any sort of mental health. I call it pulling your balloon strings down. And what it does, it pulls you back into your body. It grounds you, what I'm going to show you, and it fills you with serotonin, the hormone of happiness and confidence. So that's really good for mental health, self-esteem. But after 40 seconds, you are filled with oxytocin, the hormone of love and nurture, and all of this boosts immunity. Obviously, what I'm going to show you, you just do, obviously, with the people that you're in isolation with. My poor children, like James here, are in isolation with me. He's got his eyes shut in agony. And I've got my high heels on because all my children are taller than me, except for one. So, this way I can show you effectively and not have to crouch. I've also got a giant wet patch on my dress because when I was moving the furniture just now to film this, there was a big soggy bit of rain and on it went. And I was too excited to change, so I just want to get on and show you. So this is what you do. You're just gently cupping from the shoulders and you're working all the way down. Into the hands. And do it mindfully. Everything I do is always very mindful, very slow, because it's so important that whoever you're working with feels like you've got all the time in the world for them. And actually, it really doesn't take long. And now if you look at the hand, you can either do all the fingers one by one, but very slowly. Just gently squeeze them. And in the middle of your hand, if you cup your palm, that deep bit there directly relates to your stomach, which holds on to anxiety, fear, all these things that make mental health peak and just explode. So what you can do, you gently rub that center bit with your thumb. And this just looks so simple, which it is, but it's gorgeous. And you can actually feel, the tension lifting. That's my naughty dog Boo barking in the background. These are the issues with confinement. Anyway, so the reason I've got these heels on is so that I could be on the same height. But you don't have to get high heels on at home because they could sit in a chair. And I'm going to show you how to do it seated in a minute. But to continue, I'm now going to do James' legs. So you can either do them, again, both at the same time. And then press on the feet. Really ground the feet down. There's a lot of children who are on the more, I hate to talk about spectrums and things, but on the more severe end of the spectrum, where they can't feel where their skin ends and outside begins. So this is such a lovely one for them to experience because it's like the weighted blankets all rolling them, in those wonderful blankets. I love doing that. I always have a go myself. You can even do the legs one at a time. So the more mindfully and the more slowly you do it, the more they'll be grounded back into their bodies. And the feet are really important because the feet, like the palms of the hands and your head, is a map of who you are. It's got all your major reflex points. Tells your story. You want to get them grounded again, because if someone's up there, you want to bring them back into their bodies. So now I'm going to show you, it's sitting down, seated. So sit down, James. So you don't have to wear high heels for this, okay? You can actually get them to sit down. But I wanted to show you both ways. Oh, really importantly, you could do it on yourself, as you've just seen me do. You can do your legs, you can sit down and just press down on your feet. So, you can, if you're in self-isolation and you're on your own, you can do this to yourself, which is really important because for the people out there who are getting no touch at all because they're on their own, how lovely is it to do that? even if you're in a wheelchair or haven't have tremendous mobility, you could still try and even just do the arms. It all helps, or this bit in the middle of your palms. So now I'm going to show you seated. So you can either do it like this, or you can stand behind them and do it like this. I like to actually be with them. It's so simple, this. And you can either just squash the hands like this. You could do a little bit on the anxiety point there. And you can very gently do the fingers one by one on each hand. I'm just going to demonstrate on the one hand because I think you might lose the will to live. Then you do the legs. And again, you can do the legs together or one at a time. And press down. Or just do them one at a time. But if you do one side, always do the other side. And always finish with the grounding of the feet. And you will have a happy, serotonin, oxytocin-filled person.